Morning. I have a new toy with this Lynx tablet. My daughter bought it for me for my birthday present. It's very nice. I don't have to lug the laptop up and set it up here. I can take photographs with this, or I can take photographs with this and I can work from them. This one is one I did probably a couple of months ago. I like the type of view. I'm going to do a version of it and try and make it look easy. It is easy really, when you've done a lot of them. I want to change the sky, put perhaps a more wintry sky. There were some beautiful sunsets over my bit of South London yesterday. The sun was underneath the clouds that were quite close and they were so luminous, it was beautiful. I took some photographs on this tablet. So I'm going to put that aside. I'll prop it up somewhere. And we've also got to contend with Freddie the cat, who's about causing mayhem. The kitten, shall I say, having a whale of a time. Right, that's it. I can work from that. So I'm not going to. Well, I'll draw something out, but just a bit of a slope coming here to the tumbly stream. Oh, sorry, I forgot to bring you up there. I'll have to move the camera a little bit sideways. Okay, there we go. A bit more, a bit more. That'll do, I think. Right, okay. So I'm just drawing out something. We'll have this coming up here, and the stream coming from here. The difficulty is, and I've just watched one of Stephen's Cronin's paintings, is doing on one side and then repeating on the left. It's very easy to do. I do it. We all do it. You get carried away. You don't realise you're doing it, or when you do, you carry on thinking it'll be okay. But it's the same with clouds. You can have a couple of trees and then you put your clouds in the middle, and then when you look at it, you say, why did I do that? It looks like a regiment. So we'll have a bit of a balanced sky there, and we can put in some trees on overhanging here, and then big rocks here, and some in the water, but not too many in the water. I want to show the direction of the water pouring out of this landscape here. Okay, so that's enough. Freddie's on the prowl. I can see him. He's going to jump on my pile of YouTube demonstrations. I quite often get asked if I sell these. I do if anybody could be bothered to come round to see them. But I stopped putting them on YouTube because, not YouTube, on eBay, because the auction, I wasn't paying for the site or for a shop, and they weren't on there long enough to build up any reasonable price. It just wasn't worth the effort. So I stopped that. So if anybody is interested and they want to come to my studio anytime, they can contact me and take it from there. I've got a commission to do shortly, not for a huge sum of money, but it will be an acrylic. It's of the sun, the late sun shining on a beautiful autumn tree and shadows, so I presume it's late in the evening rather than early in the morning. But it's a lovely picture. It's just trees and meadow grass. But it's just this person just loved the way the sun was shining, and catching the light on these beautiful sienna trees, leaves. So I'm going to do that on acrylic, in acrylic, quite fairly large, well, say 20 by 16, maybe 24 by 20. It's a good size. And I'll do it as a demonstration as well. So I've got to get some hardboard for that. Prime it. Right, okay, so I'm going to put in a bit of a burnt sienna sky. Burnt sienna, I love burnt sienna, but it needs to be cleaner than I've got it on here. I'll just show you my palette. I'm using the usual lemon yellow, raw sienna, alizarin crimson, light red. I don't use a lot of the alizarin. I don't know why, it's just, colours come and go in my fashion. Right, just clean that a bit better. There's my pipe. Lemon yellow, raw sienna, alizarin crimson, light red, ultramarine, burnt umber, Payne's grey, and this burnt sienna. I love burnt sienna. It mixes beautifully with the ultramarine and the grey. So let's just do a bit of a sort of sunny, bit warm. Go across here. You see, keep your clouds going behind objects. I'm going to use light red, a light red and ultramarine for my clouds. Just then when you get to the horizon, just go smaller perspective, and a bit of dark over the top here. I'll just let that bleed in. Take a while. But I want some silhouette here. Okay, now quickly I'm going to put in some background, just a lighter version of these, while I've got the paint on the palette, and I can mix in a bit of, we'll get that darker, a bit of sienna in with this blue here. I'm going to mix up the paint in with that, but just to vary the colours. Same here. Right, bit of sienna mixed with some yellow, some sienna with some burnt sienna, well, the two siennas. Okay, now we'll go and do some really good darks on the other side. Just the burnt sienna, light red, ultramarine, that's just what I'm choosing to do at the moment. Come over there like that. And I want some greener colours now. So just mix the yellows with the bit of the ultramarine, so we just going down here, get it merging. Alright, something like that. I can put my rocks, I'll keep that area light there. It's nice warmer colours. Blue in there. So I'm sort of brightening up the colours somewhat. Okay, get some darks and some of these colours in for the rocks. Rich, thick colour. Oh, lovely. Just dabbing in this thick, almost back to tube colour, so you can get a nice lot of it on your brush and onto the paper. So when you etch with your plastic card, it will register. Well, one coming down there, that one going off there. Just a reclip. Oh, you have to work a bit fast with this, so pressure on there, before it dries, otherwise you won't be able to use your card, you'll have to re-wet it again. Bit more water, I think. Bit of lemon yellow in there. Good, really good dark. So I've got something to scrape out and give a contrast with the white background, white paper. Right, that's it. Right, get the card and start just etching out. To a certain extent, the wet paper bleeds back into where you've scraped with a bit of luck. Now the tendency is to overdo this, but remember that just as you come closer, just do the rocks a bit bigger. Get some light on the tops of those. Okay. Right. And then here becomes bigger rocks here. Let's just I can add some detail to those, so put some darks back. You need to be a little bit imaginative with this. Try to make your rocks look like rocks. But once it's dried off a bit, you can see I'm scraping back to the high spots on the paper. So we'll put some rocks back here while we've still got a bit of wet. Okay. Right, now we want to put in some detail on the back, but not too strong. So I'm just mixing up the yellows with a bit of that blue there. So let's that one bit of dark there. So just some trees in here. If you do them dark enough, if you remember, you can just etch out some twigs. Some darker. Just a bit of texturing, a bit of detail. It doesn't mean a lot, but it gives the viewer something to imagine. Right. And then some in here. Right, with your card, with the corner of the card, just a gorse maybe, just something in there. We can do the same on the other side, bit bigger. Try to use your colours for, like the core colours, to recede a little bit. Just trees on that bank there. And we can do the same on the other side. Yellow, red, blue, as long as they're dark, just darken the background. Just put more blue. Just break the skyline there. So nothing there, and we can make them slightly weaker. I've got a piece of plywood across my box easel drawer with a couple of notches cut into it, so I can push it in. So when Freddie jumps on, well, it gives me a nice working space, and I quite like the easel. It's very versatile. He doesn't, when he jumps on here on the corner, he doesn't tip it over. That's just a bit of blue in there, but no detail in that background. But just a little bit of here and here and there, just in there, and then come up a bit here. Okay, I quite like that. That looks quite alright. Just a bit of stuff on here. Okay. Nice bit of just easy texture, just to show clumps of grasses and little mounds, little molehills. Right, wait for that to dry down. I'll go on to do some of these outcrop, but these, because this is quite muted now, quite way back, I've got to be careful what I do there. I can't make it come forward, so I'm going to use the blues. Bit of sienna, burnt sienna. So it's a cool grey. The Usher split. Well, I'm going to have to put a bit of detail in there now. Okay, that's in the shadow anyway. So I'll put just a bit of dark. I can afford to go just a little bit darker in there with my blues. The shadow. Right, okay. I won't do much on there. I'll just put a bigger tree on the left. So balance the other side, just leave a bit of dry brush, a bit of air in there just to give a bit of sparkle. Okay, so now I used the tablet to show that. You can see that. So this one, as you can see, has changed quite considerably. So I'm making a painting out of a painting. It's good exercise. You've already got the reference material. You don't have to go hunting for it. You've done all the selection, which is half the battle with painting, is the selection. Leaving out the detail and putting in what you think are the essentials. Right, I'm going to use well, I need to stay with the hake, but I want to put in this bit of background light, which was that sienna, bit of burnt sienna. So get that up there. So we've got some of the background here, that greeny colour. So we'll just put the shadow there. Right, that will do. I can put in a bit of dark shadow side of the rocks there. Bit of blue, bit of red, just warm it up a bit. And we'll put a bit of detail on in the hills. Put a figure in it. So this is really all about having fun with the hake. Persevere with it because it is such a lovely brush. It does so much. You can get all sorts of detail with it. You can use all parts of the brush, just touch and to add texture. And then we can add some stronger, oops, coming out of there. There's a bit of water. I'm using a number 3. It takes a bit of doing to get some paint out of it. Just showing through. Across here. I was just making it dark. It wouldn't, that sort of silhouette. Just show us some bits and pieces. It's coming down there. Some darks. A bit on the other side. Right, I'm not going to do much more than that. I think we could have some sort of interest. Now this is where you have to be very careful. I sometimes am guilty of putting a figure in the wrong place. But you need something in there to give scale to the whole thing. Then you know the size of a person, you know the size of a cottage, and it gives scale to the rest of the painting. But I think a figure, a small figure, so we can have the figure, put him in red, because red shows up against the greens. So we'll do him in the middle. Put him sort of where he'll show, so put him here. Put change on. Oh, he's very small, but not really big. Make his head a bit bigger, just a tiny bit. The shadow there. Oh, I don't think he's very good, is he? Let's dub him out a bit. Put him in again. But while I'm thinking about that, I'll have to put in some birds. In the lighter part of the picture. Right, let's go and put my figure back now. Blue back. Right, it's okay. What that's doing there. smooth that bit out. That's he's a bit too. His legs are a bit too strong there. Oh, hey, that's what's been getting done now. Ah. Okay. Just look at his trousers, a little bit darker. It's a bit too. I'll dry him off, then I can just take a little bit of his trousers out. Right, hold on to your headphones. Usually they go out first time, but this one is been a bit naughty, so let's just take that out a bit. Okay, that'll do. Right, okay, I'll put it in a mount and then we'll see what we've done. Something out of nothing. Well, there we are, another mountain type scene. Wales, Scotland, anywhere in the UK really, we've got mountains. It looks a bit strong on the screen, but it doesn't look so bad in reality. So let's just put that round there, and I'll zoom in, and we'll have a look. We'll go from the sky, which is quite a light coloured sky. I didn't want it overdone. I'm mostly influenced by what I see out of my Velux windows. The skies. It's a cold day today, coldish, but there's plenty of light in the sky. But the clouds are quite thin, and there's a little bit of blue shining through, or certainly sunlight shining through. My sort of sky. I love doing them. All right, let's just get that. We come across here. We'll see what I've done there. They're very simple, but I've made this foreground look as if there's a lot going on, when in actual fact there isn't. I've created an impression of very busy, bit of busyness going into nothingness with the contrast and all these warm, lovely warm colours coming across here. I hope you enjoyed that. I'll just zoom you out again. Whoops, just zooming in, and I'll get that uploaded. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.